Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to share with you how you may be able to change your front entrance from looking like this entrance before and now after fixing. Incredible. This looks very inviting. But before I make a new front entrance, I will need to pull out these weeds. I will then dig enough into the ground so it's level because my ground is on a slope. Also, I want to remove any high bumps and grass that prevents my pavers from being even when installed. I will then dig all around the sides so when the rectangular pavers are installed, they are straight and even all around. But most importantly, digging enough dirt out so that I have a smooth and even ground. Due to the ground in my yard being on a slope, I managed to level the ground, clean up the debris and the weeds. Now I will lay out the landscape fabric to prevent any future weeds from growing out the ground. I will measure and cut the amount of landscape fabric that I will need to complete the job. I will also use pins along the edges of the landscape fabric so it's secure into place to avoid any shifting. Note, make sure the metal pins do not rip the fabric and the pins are nice and secure. The weeds can make its way through the ripped fabric, so take some time being careful installing the metal pins. I will add a few bags of sand over the landscape fabric because the sand provides a stable level base, helps in water drainage, prevents uneven settling for the pavers, and keeping them firmly in place. I will then use my rake to even out the surface to prevent future uneven settling, making it smoother, stable, and allowing proper water drainage. I will use a measurement ruler on top of the lumber, making sure the lumber is long enough to reach both ends so I can smooth the sand out evenly, and if I have spaces that need filling, I just move some sand in the spot to give it that finishing touch. Here I will use a tamper to compact the sand, making it firmer, stronger, and more stable so the pavers are locked into place and not shifting out of place. Next, I will lay down several paver-based panels one by one, making sure they are closely together on the right side. These panels provide a stable, insulated, and durable foundation for pavers so they don't shift, sink, or crack. Once the panels are in place, I will use a plastic paver spike that you see here to secure the pavers into place. I will place a few rectangular grade concrete patio stones along the edges closely together to keep it strong and durable over time. Also to prevent the pavers from shifting, spreading, and giving it that neat finished look. Note, remove any debris, grass, rocks, and roots from the area before installing the pavers. This can cause the pavers to be uneven, shift, or crack over time. I will place square grade concrete patio pavers on the sides, including the middle of the base pavers, and while I'm placing them, I will keep the pavers inches apart for my design. Allow me to demonstrate. I will continue to place several square pavers onto the base pavers and keep in mind to have them inches apart for the entire project. Let's see the full process. So placing the pavers was a success. The pavers were installed evenly and placed inches apart for my design. I even connected to my larger stones that entered the pergola area, giving it a wonderful ambiance. I noticed connecting the pavers to the pergola area was a bit off, so I had to make some adjustments by digging a bit and lining up the larger stones on both sides to the smaller pavers to make a perfect connection. I will add pea gravel that leads into the pergola area to give it that smooth blended look. Any empty areas that need pea gravel, no problem. I'll just apply to give it that finishing touch. The gap I have here along the outside of the pavers, I will add the dirt that was dug up from earlier to fill in the gaps. Allow me to demonstrate. My next step is to tamper the dirt down between the gap so the dirt covers the entire area, leaving no air pockets and making sure enough dirt is in place to prevent the pavers from shifting. With the extra dirt, I will remove it since the gap is filled enough and begin leveling off the top dirt so the edge looks smooth and even. I will sweep away any debris or dirt before adding the pea gravel. Now that I cleaned the pavers by sweeping, I can now add several bags of pea gravel, spread them out with a rake so all the gaps between the pavers are full to complete the design. Allow me to demonstrate. No, I made sure I used the flat side of the rake and not the teeth part to spread out the pea gravel. Also, I use a tamper and slightly pushing the pea gravel in between the gaps, avoiding damaging the pavers. And I also walked on top of the pea gravel to give it the finishing touch. With the extra pea gravel, I will sweep them into the pergola area without wasting it. Finally, after completing the pea gravel, I will wash away any leftover dirt off the top of the pavers so I can have it looking nice and clean. After completing this project, I was very pleased with the results. Come on in. You are welcome to take a closer look. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I inspire you to maybe create your own front entrance. But before you go, God bless you and your family. But wait, I always have more. I got a joke. I got a good one. My back is killing me. My spine has some nerve. The Irish legends say there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but instead I got pea gravel.